child, I had normal activities. I was afflicted to the point where one hip was higher than the other and my shoulder was down a little bit, but my classmates treated me just like normal child. My parents were very supportive to me in my affliction, and I have one sibling. Her name is Deborah, and she was also very supportive. They knew there was something special about me being an artist at that early age, and they were just I couldn't ask for any better parents or a better sister who would encourage me and tell me that I can do things that they didn't think that I could do. That's the time and the area at age 15 when I took up the flute and started to play. I started playing the flute when I was in junior high, and I discovered that I loved it with all my heart. I was first chair always, and I practiced constantly all the time because it was just a part of me. It was something that gave me so much joy to play and to hear. Music was in my soul, and it made me very happy. And I was really recognized in school as being #1 in playing because I practiced really hard, and it was just really easy for me because I believe I was born with this special gift. I was a happy-go-lucky, just playing my flute, skipping down the road, you know, or on the beach by myself alone playing my flute. That was my solace. I started having problems due to my scoliosis. It started pressing down on my rib cage and my internal organs, and it would make me fall down a lot. It wasn't unusual for me to fall down once, twice a month because I didn't have the balance that I needed. But I would still get up and go and fight to play and to run and to be with my friends. As a matter of fact, later on in my years, I even became an athlete. I used to run 6 miles every day, do kickboxing, but then the scoliosis really started setting in, and I wasn't able to do those things anymore. My spine was shaped like an S. It did not progress until later on. It started progressing around age 15. My relationship with my marriage ended around 12 years. We were playing for the Lord, as I was called as a psalmist. I continued to play all the way up until my physical ability was no longer able to breathe again normally because of my rib cage, and so I had to lay down my flute for 4 years. My first surgery was 2 years ago. I had all different kinds of procedures before that, trying to evade the invasive surgery. But the pain was so bad and I was unable to take care of myself. Surgery was the only option. And my surgery was August the 10th, 2 years ago. And I'm now walking without assistance, without wheelchair, without a walker for 9 months. But because I would fall a lot, and I had 2 major falls at my age 50, which compressed the nerve endings in my back and broke several ribs, and that's when I began to fail and was bedridden and could not take care of myself for 4 years. Oh, I have rods, screws, nuts, bolts. Every vertebrae has been replaced by titanium steel. Like when you saw me trying to get up in the chair, I don't have that much mobility to where I can bend side to side or bend down. I can't get on my knees. I can't sit on the floor. I can barely lay on my stomach. It's a challenge. Every day living is a challenge. Yes, I have family. I have a beloved daughter who quit her job to take care of me. And when we went to the orthopedic surgeon, she was right there beside me. He looked at my x-rays and said, "Oh, I can fix this." And I was amazed. I said, "Well, fix it, please." My stay in the hospital, unfortunately, was 2 months. The operation, I call it the Big Kahuna, it lasted 10 hours. And everything seemed to go well, but there were some complications, and they ended up having to operate on me 16 times in a span of 2 months. And after I got out of the hospital, I had 200 hours of hyperbaric chamber, and then of course physical therapy. And now I'm in my second phase of therapy for endurance. So I'm not completely recovered yet, but I'm walking and I'm breathing and I can play. And that's the most important thing, I can play. There was a little bit of fear that I would not be able to walk again. Each time they would roll me into the operating room, I would pray, and they would let me pray before they begin to perform surgery and place angels all around about the operating room, because when you're working on your spinal, there's a chance that something could happen and you might not be able to walk again. And after 16 times, there was some fear, but God was with me the whole way. I felt His presence in every step and move. I was just covered by His protection. Yes, my daughter was with me every step of the way, every step of the way. When it came time to take me out of the bed and to stand me up for the first time, she was there. It was very excruciating. I'll never forget that pain as long as I live. But she was there, and we would pray, and we would sing songs and hymns and rejoice. And it seemed that every nurse that would come and take care of me was a Christian. And they would come and sing to me and read to me. And even my physical therapist would say, "There's something about you. What is it?" And I would say, "It's the Lord." So my room was, they called it the condo because I was there for so long. It was just filled with the glory of God. When they would come to get me for surgery because of 16 times, they would all make jokes. "Here we go again, Elaine, can you do it?" And I'd go, "Yes, I can, let's go." And they would all laugh, and we'd carry on in the operating room, because you had to laugh instead of cry to give you the strength that there is hope, that God is no respecter of persons, and what He can do for me, He can surely do for you. And that He is the encourager, the comforter, the one I can remember laying in the bed and looking up and seeing the blood transfusions coming in my body, going, "Oh, am I going to make it? Am I dying?" And He would always tell me, "No, you're not. You're going to make it. You can do this thing." And I made it. You have to fight. And the person that gave me the will to fight is the Lord Jesus Christ. He gave me the hope. He gave me the encouragement. And He gave me the will and the desire to fight, to walk again, and to be able to play my flute again.